to another gathering of the Gold Key Adventurers Society. Have a seat by the fire as we prepare to help you unlock the secrets of the travel life. From theme park thrills to Purple Mountain's majesty, we want to see it all and do it all, and we want to help you do the same. We all have those bucket list trips, once-in-a-lifetime destinations that we'll get to someday. We're here to help you make your travel dreams a reality. Buy the ticket, take the trip. Where do you want to go?
Come on, now tell me what's on your bucket list. Okay, hey, it's a beautiful day. Okay, hey, it's a beautiful day.
And we're back on that theme park news grind, that is, with a live report from Walt Disney World's fabulously reopened Polynesian Village Resort. But first, travel news, including confusion at the Canadian border, escaping a hotel for fun, and paying our respects at Ben & Jerry's Flavor Graveyard. Keep your arms and legs inside the red vehicle at all times. It's time to hit the trail with the Gold Key Adventure Society! Welcome back to another meeting of the Gold Key Adventure Society. My name is Dan Leonard, and joining me this week in the studio is Jeff Williams.
Hey there.
And live on location from Walt Disney World's freshly refurbed and reopened Polynesian Village Resort is Heather Strait.
Aloha.
And longtime listener, first-time caller, Aaron Jensen.
Hello.
Mahalo.
Mahaya, that one from Elvis. Now I got distracted.
Malakaliki Maka. Oh, wait.
that is the thing to say.
That's the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day.
Yeah. I did just watch Blue Hawaii last night.
Nice.
Yeah. It's actually not a bad movie.
I like the sequel, Blue Balls.
Nobody likes that, Jeff.
No one likes that sequel.
That's never fun. Well, on that note, our show this week, as always, is brought to you by Key to the World Travel.
Yes, it
Key
is.
to the World Travel is a full-service travel agency specializing in theme parks, cruising, and destinations around the world. Head to www.keytotheworldtravel.com for more details and no obligation quote on the vacation of a lifetime. Hey, guys, it's been a couple weeks since we've been together.
So many weeks.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Feels like forever to me.
Yeah. Feel like I haven't seen you guys in at least 24 hours.
Wow. Yeah. The magic of radio. Yeah. Yeah. So we've all been out on our own various vacations and adventures. We're gonna catch up on some of the news from the world of themed parks that we've been getting a little bit behind on. But first, there's some big news stories out of the wider world of travel recently, including some great news and then some not so great news about Canada.
This was so funny.
What a difference a day makes, huh?
Right? Canada announced that on August 9th, they will be reopening their border to fully vaccinated Americans who are able to prove that they have gotten vaccinated by showing a copy of their CDC-issued vaccine certificate. And then promptly the next day, the American government said, we're going to go ahead and keep the border closed for a while longer.
So we can go there, but we can't come home from there?
We can go there, we can come home, but Canadians cannot come here still. Via the land border. They can still fly here. That was always a caveat.
That makes zero sense to me.
I know.
Zero.
And they do still have to do the whole negative COVID test if they fly here. But
So this is about nothing, but they want to save some money on staffing the land border crossings.
Well, that and because we went around the Passenger Vessel Services Act and said it was okay for cruises to go straight from Seattle to Alaska, the Canadians are no longer making any money off of cruising this summer. And I think they wanted in on that action. So they were like, oh, wait, guys, we changed our minds.
Wait, remember Niagara
You
Falls?
could come here. Yeah.
We've got the good side. But instead, America said, no, thank you. We've already got your Tim Hortons. Keep your poutine to yourself.
That's exactly what they said. But they were like, but no, we have Molson Ice. Come buy our beers, eh?
Hey.
Well, thank God we've got reasonably priced healthcare here in America, so we don't need to buy cheap prescription drugs.
Right. I think that every time I go to a doctor. This is very
The buses
reasonable.
of senior citizens can head back into Canada now to buy some drugs.
Viagra Falls is closed.
Oh, snap.
Is there anything else important to say about Canada?
Not really. I mean, you could go there now if you want, if you're vaccinated. That's about it.
I feel like a lot of people have been waiting to go there.
So
Well,
Canadians
I know.
can fly here and back, though, right?
They can, yes.
Because COVID only travels by car.
Yes.
Right.
I'm scared of the airplane.
Well, I think there were some quarantine requirements for Canadians, even if they
I think
flew.
there are too when they go back.
Yeah, so August 9th, as long as they're vaccinated, those will be lifted. So
My brother, who lives in Canada, keeps pretending the border's closed and he couldn't possibly come visit.
Isn't that convenient?
convenient. Is he really going to drive here from British Columbia?
Yeah, exactly. But I think for a while they couldn't. Maybe
They
he
couldn't come
couldn't
at
for
all
his
for a
job. I
while.
don't know. Maybe he doesn't want to see us.
That could be
That
it.
couldn't be.
Maybe the feeling
Maybe
is
it's
mutual.
you.
Maybe it's America as a whole.
That's a fair thought.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
It probably is. Well, speaking of escaping Canada,
Oh, that's a good segue, Dan.
so we're escaping things like
Nailed it, bud.
from escape rooms. This escape room is not quite as big as Canada, but it is rather large.
It is pretty big.
But it's more entertaining.
Yeah.
True.
The brand new Hilton Orlando escape room is technically the world's largest and tallest because it's basically the entire hotel.
I love that they added tallest.
Yes.
People are up
Escape
there
rooms.
measuring the height of
Yes.
other escape rooms.
Well, now I really do want to know what the next tallest
What's
is.
the second tallest escape room?
Find
What
that
was the
out.
previous?
Are they out there changing their sign right now? Home of the second tallest escape room in the world.
Find that out for us, Dan. Well, the Hilton Orlando has turned the 1,424 room resort into one giant escape room through October 31st with their Escape at Hilton Orlando. It's a very clever title.
Clever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clever.
Tallest
But it
escape.
does sound really cool. The whole thing is sort of spy themed, and you are basically pretending that you are a spy, and you're trying to evade other spies and find clues all throughout the hotel, in the restaurants, in the pool. They even let you into the safe deposit room. Has anyone ever used a safe deposit box at a hotel?
Every time I go to a hotel.
Yeah.
I
well,
did not know that there was such a thing as a safety deposit room in a hotel.
Before they had in-room safes, you could go down to the front desk and say that you would like to use one of their safe deposit boxes for your valuables. Like
Ocean's
was it
11.
one of Yes, exactly. Or it was one of our travel advisors' clients had a bag lost recently, and her travel advisor was
a very
telling her
expensive bag.
Yes, her travel advisor was telling her about what her travel insurance would cover, and it was about $1,000 per bag. And the guest said, well, we had $4,000 worth of items in that bag, and we are now trying to figure out what was in that bag.
Adult toys.
I mean, was it their
Are those
cocaine?
pricey like that?
Yeah.
Do they cost $4,000?
I was thinking
They can.
gold chains and medallions.
Gold nugget jewelry. Yes,
Maybe it was all their Southwestern nugget rings.
could be.
Well, they needed to bring on their trip to Mexico.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
They might fit right in, or Erin, that client of yours who wants to pay cash for her $12,000 room.
Correct. She would probably
might
want to
fit
keep
in
her
well.
money in the
Yeah.
safe deposit box.
In the safe deposit box room.
She'll check out when she pays.
Well, now you've got your bearer bonds down here in your safe deposit room, and they got kids dressed like
Running
spies
through.
running through
That's
the
true.
place.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
not a good idea. But it does look really cool. I've always wanted to do an escape room, and now this is a whole experience. It's about $200 a night for a stay, and it includes your room. And there's an app, and it sends you on a mission throughout the hotel for your whole stay. It's pretty cool.
It does look cool. We've been watching The Mole was recently added to Netflix.
Yes.
And so we just finished up the first season. And this is like your chance to live the mole or something. I feel like it's what I wish. It's what I
have a new mole on my left nipple.
Ooh, you should get that checked out.
I don't think that's the same.
Are the borders irregular?
But thank you for sharing.
Oh, I sure did miss you. Yeah, I want to go play this game. I am almost willing to pay $200 to play this game.
Let's take a Gold Key Adventurers field trip to the Hilton Orlando and see if we can solve the mystery. What do you guys think?
Only if we can dress up like spies and be really obnoxious the entire time.
Obviously,
you gotta have weird code phrases like in Get Smart, where you're like, the red owl cries at dawn, at midnight, and then you respond with, but the blue hawk, yeah.
Well, you have to promise to wear clothes under your overcoat. No flashers.
Oh, I'm out.
Well,
dang it! I was just going to wear a fedora and an overcoat, and a pair of hard leather shoes.
Yes, a spy watch.
Yes.
Why has Disney Springs not replaced that atrocious basketball attraction with an amazing escape room?
Oh, that's a great idea.
That's
built by the Disney Imagineers. That would be awesome.
It would be.
They could do something incredible. Maybe something like
agree.
A virtual reality escape room where you can reprogram it to fit different IPs.
Mm-hmm.
And
wait a second.
To escape from Wreck-It Ralph and Star Wars guy.
Somebody called the Bobs. I just had a great idea.
PM.
Oh. Well, should we get an outer space update?
Hey, 2 of the billionaires made it into space in the last couple of weeks.
I have the perfect headline for this.
Okay, let's hear it.
Giant dick blasts off, and he was in a rocket shaped like a penis.
That is accurate.
That about sums up my feelings on the topic.
It really does. I mean, I'm not enthused about who it was, although Richard Branson seems like a cool dude that he would be fun to hang out with. I have no beef with Richard Branson. Bezos is just one of your typical billionaire douche nozzles.
And then he thanked his workers that he mistreats for paying for his joyride to space.
Yes. His work.
I mean, I think space is cool, and I'm glad to see that the private industry is getting into space.
Yes. And I want to go to space,
but I can't stand him.
I don't care about the fact that he got to go.
Yeah, but here's my thing. It's like, it's not like he's creating a new tourism industry for the world to enjoy. This is something.
No, it was for him.
Ultra rich people to give him money so that they can go, so that he can send himself into space. Meanwhile, the world is burning and there's a global pandemic still raging. Maybe we could throw some money in that direction.
That is fair.
The only upside I see is as soon as he landed, he gave away $200 million.
He did. That's true.
That's true. That was nice.
And I still want to go to space.
Which is a higher percentage of even his vast wealth than I've given anyone this year.
That's true. I hope he enjoyed his 72 seconds in outer space.
I'm sure he did. Well, he has the cowboy hat to prove that he did. He looks legit in that hat.
Yeah. So I think you're going to have to pitch the Kickstarter to the audience again.
I know. I need to raise money to go to space. I don't even care which one it is. I'll go on Virgin. I'll go on which service. I would go up with Virgin Galactic, Blue Origin, even though it's very phallic. Mm-hmm. I really would love to ride in SpaceX's Crew Dragon, but I don't know that I'll ever be able to afford that one. But I'm working on it.
A plane, right?
The Crew Dragon launches on a rocket that's the SpaceX's. What are their rockets called? I forgot. I used to know. They look very like Apollo rockets.
Branson's one. It drops from a plane and then goes they take it up as high as they can go, and then
that actually looks kind of cool. You just take off. You go 8.5 miles up in an airplane, and it drops and blasts off. But
worst case scenario, if it didn't blast off right, you just land.
You just glide back down. Yeah, the other two are capsules that
I'm not into
land
that.
back down.
That's a lot of fuel right underneath your butt.
It's so true.
I mean, that's how you get to outer space.
It is
Gotta check
true.
those O-rings.
It looks fun, though. I don't know. I'd still do it. Jeff Bezos isn't knocking down my door trying to get me to come with him, though. So
That would be weird. If
Weird.
That is strange.
I'm shocked.
I mean, have you checked? Have you looked out there?
that's true. I haven't looked at my email today.
We need to
Maybe
talk.
Yeah.
he does really.
Yeah.
You know, he's probably listening to me through my
100% is. Your robot lady.
my robot lady on my desk. So hey Jeff Bezos, I would love a seat.
What you need to start doing is you need to start streaming on Twitch, and then Jeff Bezos will pay you for streaming on Twitch, and then you can use his own money to send you to space.
That's a great idea.
I think you'd get there in no time, too.
That is genius.
Who wants me on their corporate team? I'm full of ideas.
People are clamoring for that now, I think.
Yeah.
You're full of great ideas.
He's full of something.
Disney wants us to Imagineer for them. I mean, we're pretty much in high demand.
I know. I'm just,
I've launched my new escape room.
Yeah,
thing.
that concept is
Disney
going to be
Springs.
coming to Disney Springs soon, I've heard.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
What I want to know about the escape hotel, because traditionally
Yes.
with an escape room is you can't leave. Can you
Right.
leave the hotel?
Yes. You just have to solve the mystery or you don't.
Yeah, it's just there for you to do if you desire.
That seems a little more scavenger hunty than escape room.
That's
Yeah.
true. Wouldn't it would be more fun if
think
they
it should be
locked
the-
you in the hotel and you
I
can't
think
check out
so.
until you
Yeah.
figure it out.
Kind of like Clue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It
like
seems
the movie
like that
Clue.
thing on the Disney Cruise Line.
I love the movie Clue.
Yeah, more like a
one of my
scavenger hunt.
favorite
That's what I was
movies.
saying too. I think.
Oh, you mean the one on the Disney Cruise Line where you're searching for the art that was
Yeah.
stolen by, isn't that the Muppets?
Yes, it is.
Is it?
It's Aaron's favorite.
Shockingly, I haven't done that. My kids have.
What? Come on.
No, my kids have. I sent them with the wave phone and said, "Best of luck."
Come on, Aaron.
Best
You've got
of
to come
luck.
do it with me.
Aaron, if you had
Oh,
to take a 7-night
oh.
Disney cruise and you had to share a stateroom with one Muppet, which Muppet would it be?
I think I'd go with Fozzie.
Oh,
Is it me?
wow.
At least he's kind of funny. I mean, like, could you imagine drunk Fozzie? I think he'd be kind of funny. The rest of them are just, I mean, definitely not Miss Piggy. She's the worst. Or Kermit.
No, I
couldn't
don't like
even-
Miss Piggy.
Kermit's voice would make me insane.
Hey, I don't think we pointed out to the listeners at the top of this episode that this is the Aaron that we have mentioned on many
That's true.
episodes.
Famous Muppet hater.
The famous Muppet hating Aaron.
Yes. That. Mm-hmm.
So you know how they have like rock boat and reggae sailings and all that? What about a whole Muppet cruise? That would be amazing.
Yes, I would do that.
Amazing. I would not.
And you just never know when a Muppet's going to pop out of a portal next to you and say something obnoxious and wacky and zany. That'd be great.
I hear Aaron really loves Gonzo.
Trip. I hate Gonzo. He's terrible. What even is he? What is his nose? What is going on?
He's a weirdo. That's his whole
Yeah.
thing.
But how
He's
come
a
the other
weirdo.
ones are all like a thing and he's like a nothing? I know there's a movie
he's
about
not
it.
a nothing. He's a weirdo.
I just
That's his
can't.
that is his species.
Well,
Did you say feces?
he is like. I think he did come from feces.
Oh no! Wow.
Boy.
I know Jim Henson's like rolling in his grave
Rolling
now.
over in his grave right
Look, you
now.
guys, it's just
Sorry,
a sniffle. I'll be okay. Anyway. Now for something lighthearted.
Yes.
We'll move on from the Muppet hatred.
Oh, we'll come back to that later.
Oh, yeah.
I've got more for
Right,
you.
it does come back. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't worry. I've got a couple of quick stories from the Atlas Obscura that are inspired by, once again, my recent jaunt around New England.
Your experience being trapped in a minivan for many hours with 4 small children.
Yeah, actually, fortunately, the many hours were kind of front and back loaded on the trip.
That's
so in the
good.
middle, the driving was much less lengthy. So
turns out the quarantine baby didn't really love being in the car, eh?
No, but since we got back, actually, she refuses to get out of the van when I put her in because she wants to go back on another road trip.
Oh, that's funny. That's so
she's
cute.
tired of being in the house already.
Yeah,
so.
She's like, wait, maybe that car isn't such a bad thing after all.
She learned there's a big old world out there that she was missing out on.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Yeah, she just wants to hit the open road. Well, anyway, the first story is from a place that I tried to avoid, but I couldn't help but drive through it. Is Boston.
Boston.
Holy crap, that was not good for my
I hear the
nerves.
driving's fun in Boston.
Did you park the car in Harvard Yard?
No, but I did get to go through the great big tunnel and almost...
The big tunnel, yeah.
Yeah, and I almost got killed by... It's so weird because they're so aggressive, but then they're so very good at stopping for pedestrians at crosswalks.
Oh, that's
like
good.
here in Michigan, we don't really like to let people cross the street.
No, not here.
No, that's true. You're letting the pedestrians
run right
win.
over you in our tractor.
Exactly. But in Boston, they're happy to do that. It's just, allowing other people to not die on the highway that they don't enjoy so much. But anyway, so this is a story about everybody's favorite sandwich shop, the Earl of Sandwich.
Sandwichery?
Famed Florida-based sandwich shop.
I do love an Earl of Sandwich.
Yeah.
I like it too.
I've never actually eaten there, but I hear that they like to put cranberry sauce on a sandwich.
They do make it's called the holiday sandwich, and it's delightful.
I am a fan of that. Well, if you go to Boston Common, you can visit an Earl of Sandwich that is built right in the middle of a men's restroom.
What?
Yeah.
That's where they call that sandwich a foot long.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't. No.
No, they call it that. It's really
It is, but it's only 4 inches.
Jeff just described to me today what it's like in a men's restroom, and I will not eat a sandwich that comes from there. Ew.
Well, this is no longer an operating men's restroom, but in 1906, in 1916, this was a strange octagonal restroom building in the middle of the park.
Okay.
Kind of like in Rosa Parks Circle, downtown Grand Rapids, they've got that bathroom building. So it's one of those bathroom shelters in the middle of the park. It's a nice, little terracotta brick octagonal building. Like I said, built in 1916. They stopped using it in the 1970s and it crumbled away into disrepair. And now the Earl of Sandwich.
So somebody thought, hey, let's build a restaurant in that, John.
It looks like a mausoleum.
Yeah, it does look like that. And they spent over $1 million fixing up the toilet and making it into
dousing it with bleach.
Yeah. So if you really want to get a shitty sandwich in Boston,
we know where to go.
You know where to go. Head to Boston Common. That's the only reason I read that story. Yeah, my other story.
Just for that joke.
Yeah. My other story, courtesy of the Atlas Obscura, is sadly, I really wanted to visit this place, but I didn't get to this trip.
I was just about to ask you if you went there.
No. Sadly, the Ben & Jerry's factory is not currently giving tours.
Because of the COVID.
Yeah, because of the COVID, the factory tour is shut down until this October, apparently.
Bummer.
I guess they got a memo that said, guys, it's okay. In October, this is all going to be over, and it's going to be safe for you to do tours again. So just hold on, and there'll be no more COVID in just a few more months.
And Vermont is very highly vaccinated, which
they are.
Good gold star to them. Maybe they will be able to reopen.
Yeah, that'd be
Because
nice.
they're liberal sheeple.
Yes.
They don't care about their freedoms.
You know what liberal sheeple aren't going to get? COVID.
That's right.
Anyway.
Maybe.
Oh, it's so nice being in that state for
but so with this flavor graveyard, you can go and taste the retired flavors, or can you buy them, or what?
You can't taste them. You just go pay your respects. Okay, so I should have said yes. The story here is about the flavor graveyard it's out back behind the the factory, and it's literally a graveyard, and they've got tombstones for all of the flavors that they've retired over the year. They call them dearly depinted flavors.
Dearly depinted. Nice.
And they have a little tombstone for each one with a nice little depiction of the ice cream with angel wings and a description of some of the flavors. And people like to go and pay their respects to their favorite flavors of yesteryear. Sometimes they'll leave a little plastic spoon or maybe an empty ice cream cup as tribute at the stone.
That's funny.
I like to go pour out a 40.
Yeah. But can you get ice cream anywhere there?
Yes, you can buy ice cream at the shop, and if you take the tour, you get to taste whatever they're making that day at the end of the tour.
Oh, okay. That sounds good. I'll go back every day for a week.
Yeah. And also I found out that if you get a job there, that you get to take home 3 pints every single day that you work.
What?
Wow.
3 pints a day.
That's all, though, no pay.
That's a lot of ice cream.
I know.
That's it.
Yeah, that is a heck of a perk.
That is a lot of ice cream.
Well, no pay, but you could go sell those 3 pints, and that's like $20.
That's $9 a day.
I mean, and everyone likes resold
a pint
ice
of Ben
cream.
and Jerry's is more than $3.
Yeah, it's like $5.
Who's buying that on the street? You have to discount it to buy it from some dude out of his car.
Street ice cream is
You're
cheaper.
selling it in an alley.
Yeah.
So some of the flavors that are featured in the graveyard include fan favorites turtle soup, fossil fuel, and wavy gravy.
What was turtle soup? That
I
sounds
have
good.
no idea, but yeah,
I bet it had caramel and pecans and
probably
stuff.
Yeah,
Baby turtle.
No baby turtle.
That would be great. Crunchy baby
All the
turtle
ones that
shells
died
crammed
because
up
of the
in there.
plastic straws, they've just put them on there.
Well, this took a turn.
Yeah, they've all got straws in there.
That was dark.
That's right.
Some of the flavors are there due to bad sales, and others met stranger fates. Apparently, they used to have a white Russian flavored ice cream, which they discontinued because Kahlua flavoring got too expensive.
Oh.
What?
Yeah. If there's 34 flavors entered there, I'm looking. There's one called Urban Jumble, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Which
They
why would you
got
get
rid
rid
of.
of that?
Why would you get rid of chocolate peanut butter cookie dough?
I don't know.
That's a mistake.
I like how they call them fan favorites, yet they discontinued them.
You cannot get them anymore.
Well, some of them are either they didn't work very well or they were one-offs inspired by. For example, in 2011, there was a flavor called Sweaty Balls.
Yes, I remember that one.
Inspired by the classic SNL sketch.
Yep, I bought
Right
that.
now, there's some kind of late night with Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen that one.
And,
I think it tastes like desperation.
Uh-huh.
In the early 90s, there was a sugar plum, fresh Georgia peach. So, yeah. So,
Ooh, that sounds
That
good.
one does sound good.
I love peach stuff.
Mm-hmm.
me too. I'm a sucker for peach.
Fresh peaches with some vanilla ice cream on top.
I
Chef's
get my peaches
kiss.
down in Georgia.
Apparently, there was a flavor called Economic Crunch at one time.
Oh yeah, I bet that was a big seller.
Yeah.
Did they sell that
It was
during
just
the
an empty
recession?
container.
I like the one that was kale and pencil shavings.
Ew, gross.
That was called Fibrous Teacher.
It tasted awful, but at least you were regular.
Yes.
If you'd like to pay your respects to your favorite departed Ben & Jerry's flavors, you can visit that at the Ben & Jerry's factory in Waterbury, Vermont after September
After
ends.
October. Yeah.
Yes. So, and that's that. And then I'm going to say stick around because after the commercial break, we've got a whole bunch of recent theme park news, including a look at the newly refurbished rooms at the Polynesian and this year's offerings at EPCOT's International Food and Wine Festival.
When it comes to planning your next adventure, knowledge and preparation are always key. That's why a call to your Key to the World travel vacation planner should always be at the top of your to-do list when you feel the urge to venture forth and explore the world. Key to the World Travel is an authorized Disney vacation planner, specializing in travel to Disney theme parks around the world, as well as Disney Cruise Line, Aulani, and Adventures by Disney. With over 450 travel advisors who share a deep love for Disney destinations, Key to the World Travel has a wealth of knowledge and passion to help you experience all the magic with none of the work. Wherever your wanderlust is driving you, Key to the World Travel is a full-service travel agency with the expertise to get you where you want to go. So whether you're headed to Universal Studios, Hawaii, Europe, or somewhere a little farther off the beaten track, your first step should always be to visit www.keytotheworldtravel.com for a no-obligation quote. Their expert travel planners are standing by to help you with every detail of your perfect vacation. That's www.keytotheworldtravel.com or at Key to the World Travel on Facebook. Key to the World Travel, your key to a magical vacation.
I didn't really write an intro, so I'm just going to say, welcome back. We got a whole bunch of theme park news. We're going to start off.
Nailed it.
Huh?
You nailed it.
I did nail it, and now I got to try it again.
I didn't write an intro, but I'll just do this. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, so we got a whole bunch of theme park news to catch up on. We're going to start with some of the most exciting. Heather and Aaron, you guys are you guys got to be some of the first people to see the newly reopened rooms at the Polynesian Village Resort. And
among the very
beautiful.
First.
Look around you right now. What's your favorite thing that you see in the room that you're currently staying in?
I like the colors.
Mm-hmm.
And the artwork.
The color palette they chose is very nice. No, they really, really brightened up the rooms. I love the Poly. I've always loved the Poly, but those rooms, they were dark.
Yeah, they look a lot more spacious now.
They
Yeah,
did
they
the lights
were
on.
a,
They were still dark.
Mom's basement in the 70s vibe.
They really did.
Yes.
And they have kept that Polynesian vibe, but it's just everything is brighter and they gutted those rooms. They took them down to the studs and have redone everything. And they've redone the furniture and
I wasn't there.
The bathroom.
walls and
Studs. Hey now.
Yeah.
Oh, I killed that discussion.
So many studs were revealed in the
How about stickers? Are there lots of stickers featuring Moana characters
there
all
are
over
no
the closet?
stickers.
No
No
The
stickers.
drawers.
They really picked the perfect IP for this. Like Stitch would have been slightly too kiddish somehow,
Yeah.
but Moana's a little more traditional, a little more upscale, I guess. You could put a little Stitch in
Well,
there.
There's
yeah,
some
and
Maui in there, and
Yeah, it's not obvious because because they've sort of blended the characters into the traditional Polynesian art style.
Yeah.
So, Maui's, there's a huge mural on one wall that features Maui, but when you look at it, it's not like, oh, Disney IP. That's not.
Well,
Right.
I am distracted by his rippling pecs right behind your head.
That is true. That is.
Yeah.
He does have some good pecs, and there's a lamp over in the corner of that's over this beautiful teal chair, and it's all a bunch of characters. There's who's all on
the
that
way
lamp?
around.
Will that chair fit in your bag?
Pua.
I know. I should try to bring it home. The Kakamora are on
the
there.
Kakamora are on there. The grandma.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
all
remember
just-
her name.
It's, I guess, because that movie itself was more, although fantastical, it's based in tradition and Polynesian culture and the patterns and
Yeah,
colors
that's true.
and
Right.
everything versus
There's real life things to pull from.
versus
Not an invented
the color
reality.
palette of The Incredibles over there at the over there at the Contemporary.
And they did
across
go
the
with
bay.
the all white bedding, but they put these beautiful, very colorful, long, skinny pillows on it.
That are some
Those
sort of
pillows.
vinyl, plastic.
Yeah, they're not cloth; they're vinyl,
They're
so
not
that
cloth.
they can just be wiped.
You could
they can
definitely
be
just
wiped down.
squirt those babies down and wipe them off.
And they will get squirted down. Which is why they're vinyl.
Well, then let's hope they get wiped
All
off.
right. Juice.
Exactly.
Sanitized.
Yeah, I love the ones over on the couch there too.
Yeah,
Those are cloth.
those ones were cloth.
That's the same couch that was in there before. That's the fold out. They
It
haven't
is,
replaced that.
yes. But I think they're all brand new. And it's a beautiful,
Maybe.
pretty teal.
Yeah,
It's
it's the
the
same
same-
upholstery
Yeah.
that was on there.
They
So But
must
there.
have set them outside while they ripped the room down to the studs.
I don't know. It looks different. It's
Does
if you when you see it in real life, it's not the same upholstery that used to be on them.
it looked
I
the same.
don't
And they
remember what
have-
it was.
They feel different too.
Yeah,
It's a different.
I think they're brand new, and
Nice.
it's sort of all that couch, and then the
That curved corner table
Yeah,
piece
there's a-
is all
it's-
built together.
it's all
right?
built into it's all one piece. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And there's tons of storage. You can put your bags under the beds now.
Mm-hmm.
But when
They
you
lifted
open the
up.
storage, is there like a sticker of a character
No,
inside
there's
of your
not.
drawer or your closet?
There is some hey artwork over the
There
coffee
is.
maker,
And
but
there's
it's
some
really
flowers
pretty
painted on the
actually.
outside of the closet.
I feel like
But not
it's so
inside.
beautifully done and classy. And then the contemporary is if you ordered your Imagineers from Wish.
Yes. And even I didn't notice there's a beautiful piece of artwork in the bathroom. And I didn't notice until the last time I was using the bathroom that it had Moana in it. Like it's just so, I don't know, it's so subtle that it's not screaming Disney IP when you walk in. You're struck by how pretty the room is, not, oh look,
Yep.
there's Moana on the wall. But she
My
is there.
nephew is getting married in January and they want to stay at the Poly. So I sent them your pictures from your current
Oh
stay
yeah.
to show them. And they both were just like, oh, it's so pretty.
So
and neither
pretty.
of them really noticed right at first till I started pointing things out that the
Yeah.
characters really were even in there.
And they've redone the halls. The halls are recarpeted, repainted, and all new artwork.
Wallpaper looks like. The artwork, big panels of artwork look similar to what they did at the Coronado Tower.
That's what I said
very
too.
much.
They do. The hallways look really similar.
It's a great use of just breaking up space.
Yeah. And even every single touch in the room, the vent cover has Polynesian designs
Yeah.
on it.
What about, is
The
there like a
lamps.
vent under the sink or anything that's a Polynesian sort of
A
design?
beautiful carved wood panel that
Those are
someone
beautiful.
broke.
That they don't open. In
No,
case
don't
you're
try.
Sure they do.
wondering, they do open. They don't open in an official sort of manner.
aren't they velcroed on? Didn't you say
they
it
do
was
topple
Velcro?
to the ground if you pull on them?
Yes.
Yes,
And
they
they-
Velcro.
They are. They redid the showers. They're beautiful glass. We've heard some feedback about people not liking the glass showers.
Mm-hmm. I like it because then I can get my family members to put them on the glass for me. I like that.
I generally like my entire family in the bathroom when I'm showering. No
Yes,
matter
yes.
door, shower curtain.
Yeah.
I want them all
Come on
there.
in here and take a huge greasy dump while I bathe.
Well, there is a door
Gross.
between the shower and the
Yes,
and the
there's
toilet.
a door.
Oh, that's a shame.
But you have to walk through the shower to get to the toilet. But if someone's was hanging out in the toilet, they could stay there the entire time you took a shower.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know you guys went to Trader Sam's last night,
We did.
and they're now
And the
doing
night before.
Yeah, twice.
Oh, yeah. They're now doing a virtual line like Gideon's.
Yes. The first day they started signing people into that virtual line at 1:30 because by 1:30 the line already stretched all the way through the lobby.
Mhm.
Vloggers.
But yesterday they didn't start
Yeah.
the virtual line until 3, which was the official opening time. And it was still quite the line, but
I
not
saw
quite
that
as
today it was much more normal. There were a few people right there at 3, but that they started it at 3 and they were only on about an hour and a half wait.
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
bloggers are done.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's just the normal tiki freakies.
And it's just for the inside, not the patio.
Oh yeah.
So you can still just
So
go.
we
You
just
go out
walked
that
out
side
onto the
door
patio.
there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
they
we
still have
never
music out
waited
there.
for a table. They
And I
have
like
the
that they've just basically expanded all the way down into what was Captain Cook's patio is now all
yeah,
theirs,
at night
right?
they take over all of that, and the lovely singer with his ukulele is there right at 3:00. And
Ukulele.
the
Ukulele.
Sorry,
Singing tiny bubbles over and over
many
again.
apologies.
And
Well,
rainbow.
it was a different. We saw two different singers. Yeah, they both did the over the
Somewhere over
rainbow.
the rainbow.
I think that's part of their contract.
I think
but-
if you play
yeah.
Ukulele.
Ukulele.
Yeah,
ukulele,
yeah.
you're required to Sing Over the Rainbow.
Yeah. But last night, the guy was doing much more contemporary music, but just on his ukulele. He did some Ed Sheeran.
So he's a hipster.
He was, yeah.
I don't even want to hear Ed Sheeran sing.
But he was Hawaiian.
It was interesting. He was Hawaiian, and he looked kind of like Israel. I can't say his last name. Thank you, Jeff.
Wow.
We have to go to the person who grew up in Polynesia to say that name. But the night before, it was an older gentleman who was not Polynesian, but he did the more traditional music. It was interesting. I liked both of them.
But it was lovely.
Yes, it really was.
And what is the deal? You can go all over Disney World property and never get a mosquito bite, except if you're on that patio.
And especially if you are me. I get eaten alive on that patio.
That is the weirdest. I never get bitten anywhere but right there.
And I just keep drinking my tiki drinks.
Mm-hmm.
It must
Maybe
be
they're attracted to the rum.
Maybe. And we did have, Aaron and I shared a rum flight.
Which was very fun. We didn't love them all, but it was still fun.
We loved
Did it
2 of the
actually
3.
fly?
We were flying by the time we...
So they did not remodel the lobby or any of the other common areas.
Nope.
No.
Are they planning to? Seems like they were going to.
They did some of the lobby, what was it, like 4 years ago? They took out that big water
Yeah, that
thing
was
in the
2016.
Oh, don't start that. Then people are going to cry about the
2016. They took out the bleach smelling feature.
The pool.
Yeah, because we all missed the scent of mildew.
Yeah. We noticed that they're not quite finished with all the buildings. There was one building that's still closed, and they're still refurbing the rooms in that one.
And they did not
else.
redo this. They did not redo the villas, much to the dismay of a man in front of us in line.
Yes.
Could not figure out why his room had not been redone.
Because they just built the damn thing.
They had their new.
Was in a studio villa.
Yes. He wanted to know why he didn't have any fancy Moana in his room.
He didn't have any Moana in there.
No.
And I Moana have some. Zing!
And I originally thought they had not reopened the Hawaii building, which is the concierge level building. But actually they did. They just don't have the club open yet. So that's just one of the buildings for Theme Park View.
Well, as we know, COVID-19
That's right.
stays club level, so you can't go in there.
Exactly.
Did you guys get to try the shrimp casserole at Ohana?
Ugh, no. Thank goodness. Pro
The
tip.
Polynesian, they're known for their casseroles.
Yeah. Pro tip, the lounge just outside Ohana. It's the Tambu Lounge.
Tambu Lounge.
Yes. You can order the noodles, the pot stickers, and the chicken wings from Ohana.
But not the casserole.
I didn't.
We didn't ask about the casserole.
I bet you they would have brought it out to you.
So you
They
did go
might
to
have.
Ohana for breakfast yesterday
did.
or day before,
We did.
right?
And it was delicious. No characters, but still very good food.
That's perfect. I don't need them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same as the breakfast has always been. Just no characters.
Cool.
And did they go ahead and did COVID please take the singing people from in Ohana at night, I hope?
I didn't hear any when we passed there at night. I did
That's
not.
So good. I was hoping that they had passed from COVID.
Well, they were at least furloughed.
We didn't really say what happened to them.
No.
I don't really wish that. Anyway.
No.
I was going to say, because that ancient lady did die.
I was going to say, I remember that. That was a big deal.
Did she actually?
Oh, no, she
Yes,
was
the
one
lady
that-
who makes the flowers in the lobby.
But not from the COVID.
Upstairs.
Not that annoying lady from Ohana.
And I said, why couldn't it have been the lady that sings upstairs?
She used to teach the hula. In the,
Yeah, she was like world famous for being she brought over a troupe from the islands. And
I loved her as Moana's grandmother.
She's a stingray now. That's why.
You know who you are.
she's a stingray. Yes.
Manta ray, I'm sure, is swimming in the ocean. She's swimming in the oceans.
Well, I have no segue, but the other big thing that you guys checked out while you were on your trip was the XL edition of the Food and Wine Festival over at EPCOT.
It started on July 15th.
Yeah, it's large and in charge.
Me. There used to be there was only 3 out of 12 months that they didn't have a festival, and they went ahead and just super extended their
Let's just make it food and wine.
Now there's like 3 days
time
that don't have a festival.
Yes.
No.
I saw an excellent question posed on a Facebook group, which normally no one ever asks a good question on there. But this was, someone please explain to me why they don't have enough staff to even keep the garbage cans from overflowing. But they do have 600 cast members to do a festival 6 months earlier than normal.
Well, I will tell you that it's all college program.
Yeah,
so is everything.
100% of the booths
staffed
now.
as well as it should be.
No.
There was many booths where we waited a pretty long time.
Yeah, I think due to spacing and other stuff, the college program is coming in very wide apart phases.
Yeah.
But we were able to try out one of the new, maybe not new, I think they've done this before. One of the attractions at the Food and Wine Festival, the Emile's Fromage Montage.
Cheesapalooza.
Which means cheese.
It's what they should have called it. Yeah.
Yes. And basically you try
the feature
these
in Germany in great detail.
You eat these 5 cheese based
It's
dishes.
your choice of any 5 of the 5 available.
Of the 5 listed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just say this, first of all, there are many, many delicious cheese dishes throughout the Food and Wine Festival. And we tried some of them. They're not on the fromage montage.
They are not.
What it is you choose 5 of their least popular cheese items so they can sell some of them.
We liked the first one.
Yes, we did like that one. It looked weird.
It looks weird. It's basically that Saganaki cheese that the Greeks like to light on fire.
Opa!
Yes. But it had...
Get out your bazooki.
It had some stuff on top. What was on
fire?
top? No, it was not on
pistachios?
fire.
Lemon juice?
Honey?
Ugh.
Honey and pistachios.
Honey and pistachios, I think, which actually it sounds not great, but it really actually was pretty tasty.
And it looks like it's just a wet piece of cheese.
It does.
It was very good. It was
there's
very
just
good.
And it's like slightly warm.
Yeah.
5 different dishes you choose, and if you eat your way around this passport of cheese, you get a prize.
You
at
get
the
a
end,
prize
or
at the end.
Yes.
a little
Yeah.
The
You
prize
get a
was the
kiss
goal.
from Emile himself at the rat kissing booth, or
I wish.
Unfortunately, no.
It's a cute
With
cup,
COVID.
souvenir cup full of strawberry cheesecake ice cream.
How was that?
Cheese.
It was delicious.
It was
the
good.
best thing on the thing.
It was for sure.
I wish I could have just bought that instead of
Way
all
better
of the
than the onion casserole in Germany.
Other than
Chicken
Fatty
noodle.
Ratty's Cheesapalooza, did
Chicken
you have any
noodle.
other amazing items at Food and Wine?
Fatty Ratties. Cheesapalooza. They really should rename it.
TM. Ooh, that's what. Pizza Rizzo needs a new identity.
Yes, Fatty Ratties cheese
Cheesapalooza.
pizza. Yes.
They could have animatronics like Chuck E. Cheese, but kind of crappy like a Lester's Possum Park.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're so full of good ideas.
Such good ideas. Let's see. What did we?
The Italy things we ate were good.
Oh,
We had some donuts.
so good.
And some cheese ravioli, which should have been on the Cheesapalooza,
Deep-
and we're not.
Deep fried
cheese ravioli.
Were they crispy?
Yes.
So good.
And they came with
Authentic.
some marinara sauce.
I don't care if they were authentic. They were tasty.
It basically tastes like a mozzarella stick.
Ravioli.
Yeah.
Is Italy known for its donuts?
Oh, they
I
should
mean,
be. They're so
they-
good.
They were really
They're known
good.
the world over. That's
They're cream filled. They were those donuts we had at the
Junkie
moon.
no donuts.
Yes. Bumbaloni.
Do you remember those donuts we had at the Grand at the Moon Palace? In the Italian
they're the
restaurant
same
there?
name.
Oh, yes.
I know,
That's
I
what they
dream of
were.
those.
I wanted to be alone with those.
Yeah. Well, you
With
can't.
those
in Epcot.
I took some home so I could be.
Yes.
This is turning the gold key after dark.
TMI. Yeah.
Chicken brown cow.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What else did we like? Oh, my favorite booth is the Shimmering or simmering? Which one is it?
Oh, shimmering
sips. It's the champagne booth that sells a mimosa flight.
What a surprise.
And a corksicle champagne flute that you can take home.
Yes, and it's so pretty. It's shimmering.
It is shimmering.
Corksicle was my nickname in high school. I think that sounded similar to that. At least I think that's what they were yelling at me.
Corksicle and bumbaloni.
Hey, corksicle!
There's a lot of really delicious items that I don't want to eat in the July heat.
Yeah.
Like that cheddar cheese soup in Canada.
Yes, I wish it was cold. I would have loved to. When it came with that pretzel bread.
Do you know what I love, just generally speaking, is a nice soup?
You do not.
Oh, you know something? I do. I love it because it's like a hot liquid meal. I feel it's like you can have the experience of having your jaw wired shut without the expensive surgery.
Were you too unfamiliar with Jeff's love of soup?
No, we talked about it in Jamaica at one of those meals.
I was going to say.
Well, I actually had soup.
Yeah, and you ordered it. It was weird. Yeah.
Well, when in Rome.
Yeah, it was. I will say this as well. It was back to food and wine level crowds in the evenings in EPCOT. It was very busy.
And there are a whole bunch of things that don't open until October 1st, too. So there'll be new things later on.
Yes, so that you have to come back.
Come back. Very
smart. Of course.
Yes.
Did you guys see the one thing that the internet's up in arms over? The chicken nugget tasting station that's taken over the rotunda of the American Experience.
Yes, we did.
We thought that was kind of a clever use. The something bistro.
Oh, the place that used to
the Rotunda Bistro, I think is what it called. I wasn't aware
where
that
the Voices of Liberty. Usually
we
gather
thought it was a good use
we
of
saw
space.
that there was seizing. I didn't realize it was chicken nugget tasting.
I believe that's what
it is America.
Yeah, exactly. Because we have to have the most embarrassing possible options for our food.
Hey, did you happen to notice? So the barbecue place that used to be outside during Food and Wine of America now is Regal Eagle.
Right. So
what's there now?
It's like there's like a crab boil dish, and it's more New England.
You've got crabs.
Yes, it's more New England.
You can get a nice bisque or a chowder.
Yes,
I like some nice July chowder.
Some nice hot chowder.
Milk soup at that.
Ew.
Yeah, milk-based seafood soup
in the hot
July.
No, thank you.
That's what I need.
Wash that down with one of those egg things the onion thing over there in Germany.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a nice big glass of red wine in the heat, and you're set to go.
I guess what we're saying is food and wine is best enjoyed in the fall.
Yeah.
They do have
some beers, some cold drinks. And
we had some great cold drinks. We had some wild cherry
Schuffenhofer.
I don't know how to say that. I think it's Schufferhofer, right?
Schufferhofer.
That's easier to say than the chicken noodling.
I don't even think any of them were saying that correctly.
No, they taught me how to say it, and they were saying chicken noodling.
Chicken noodle.
And I don't think that's right.
I don't believe so.
Oh.
But it was the college program kids, not the German cast members. So take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, some other news.
Did you guys happen to do a VIP tour and go to Hollywood Studios while you've been there?
Not on a VIP tour. However, they have added Rise of the Resistance back onto that tour after adding it, then briefly removing it, and now it's
just
back.
Kidding, guys. Just kidding again.
Just kidding again. We don't know what we're doing.
Well, it seems that they had some issues with where the VIP tours were gathering and entering. Yeah. And they had to reshuffle some things. So they took it off. I think it was only 2 days.
I think it was only 1 day, actually.
Maybe 1 day. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is back. And
that was
they
enough days that everyone went bananas.
Yes, they take the VIP
Lost their
tours
minds.
in the entrance that they use for the DAS pass.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
That makes sense.
We did ride Rise of the Resistance while we were there,
did.
but not on a VIP tour.
Still haven't done that.
Speaking of things that went just super smoothly, like the rollout of the VIP tour there,
Uh-oh.
how about the rollout of the Oogie Boogie Bash out there in
Did
Disneyland,
not go well.
California?
I don't think it was very smooth.
No?
No.
No.
Yeah.
I think it was about as smooth as the release of Boo Bash tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think there's a Halloween ghost that's haunting the rollout of their up paid party tickets.
Well,
agree.
from what I've noticed in general, from haunting the background and not getting involved in any discussions with the Disneyland groups on the internet, those people just can't handle
The truth.
any of the of this new world
No.
with making reservations for theme parks and ordering tickets the way they have to now and all that.
Yeah.
They're just not having it, and they're very
Yeah.
I'm going to alienate some friends
Well,
here, but there's some fans here possibly, but we don't get a lot of listeners
just-
from California anyway, so they're
Well,
so
they-
whiny.
All they
Yeah,
want to
they
do
are
is
whiny.
just throw on their sleeveless
That's right.
jeans jacket and head right to the
And
park.
their shorts
do
where
that.
their butt hangs out the back and off they go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just think it's a different culture. They're used. They kind of
Right.
they see the parks
It's a
differently
locals
than
park.
it is, and they feel ownership of it. And I think that makes them feel like it's becoming Disney Worldized.
So what we're
With all of it.
discussing is this the second annual? Because they skipped last year, right? Is this only the second?
I think it is only the second Oogie Boogie Bash.
So they used to have
Maybe the third.
Maybe the
It's
third.
very
Halloween
new.
time, Mickey's Halloween time, or whatever they called it at
It was
and then
just
they
Mickey's
moved it
Halloween
from the
party.
one
yeah,
park to the
Disneyland,
other.
and then they moved it over to California Adventure, and it
Which
looks
I'm all in
really
favor
cool,
of.
and I'm sure it's going to be a great event. And they get to seem to have a full event, unlike Walt Disney
Yeah.
World.
Unlike the after hours, which is just ride some rides.
Yeah, they're
Then
scaling
get
down
some
the
treats.
holidays a little bit. They've expanded food and wine, but they're not. They
Yeah.
won't let us have the full Halloween party.
Yeah, and all of the pre-shows are back.
Yeah.
So honestly, the parks felt back to normal.
It did.
Yeah.
Really.
I wonder if they'll ever go back to the full Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
Mm-hmm.
If they can charge you
Twice as
$30 more
Yep.
for the most expensive full night Halloween party and don't close early and only give you 3 hours, why not?
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah. Those are good events. We've been
They are
we
fun.
went to the
Yeah, they are.
what was it called last year when we went? It wasn't Boo Bash though, was it?
No, last year there was nothing. The year before that
was
they
Villains
had
Happy
villains after
Hours.
hours. Yeah.
Yeah, those extra hours, because we did the morning one, the extra morning magic too. Those are great if you can get the tickets. And if they're not, I mean, I don't know if I would pay the what they're asking
$200 for
Yeah, I
Halloween
would pay
night.
that,
Yeah.
but the 112 or whatever it was for early morning magic.
Yeah, I
was
think the
very
lowest
good.
price ticket this time is $150, isn't it?
Something right around
Yeah,
there before
something like
tax
that.
and stuff.
I hope that
Mhm.
they at least, if they're raising the price, maybe they limit the number of people. So the fun of
Hopefully,
those
yeah.
after hours events used to be that there weren't that many people there. You
Yeah.
could ride everything in there and
Yeah.
no waits.
Yeah, over
Then
and
they
over.
just-
No waits.
I don't know. Hopefully it'll get back to that. The Halloween party used to be that way too. It was $40 the first time I went to the
Oh,
Not So Scary Halloween party. It
40
started, you
bucks.
could get in at 4 p.m., stay till midnight, and ride everything in the park with no line
That's
and get free
fantastic.
candy.
for $40. That's
Now it's
crazy.
$8,000 for 20 minutes.
Yeah. 20 minutes and one fun-sized Snickers.
That's right.
Yeah.
They are
Also-
doing the trick-or-treating and that kind of thing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is back.
Although the people who think that like that makes it worth it to go, I say go to the Target and
not.
buy your candy.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
just head to the dollar store instead.
I mean, yeah, there's lots of candy you can buy for $200.
Just all the candy's a little bit on the lousy side, too. It's like buckets and buckets of Bit-O honey.
And then you have to carry it around all night.
The last time I went to one, it was mostly M&Ms because it was sponsored by M&Ms.
And those little dove squares.
Yes.
Oh, I do like those.
Hold up so well in the Florida heat.
$1 that right now.
Hey, I like them, but they melt so fast.
Speaking of things that look melted,
sorry guys,
we've got a reopening date for the Hall of Presidents with number 45 is going to take
Sleepy Joe.
He's going to move to the background, and Sleepy Joe is front and center.
Yes, I love that for the first time ever, they felt the need to call out in the press release that, yes, the previous president is staying. We're not taking him out behind a dumpster and setting him on fire.
Melting him down.
We promise he's going to be on the
what
stage.
I've heard is that the Trump animatronic is going to try to fight his way to the front of the stage the whole time.
Every day.
Packed.
That would be so fun.
Wait till August when he does that.
I was trying to remember, and then September, and then October. I was trying to remember how long it took them to switch from Obama to
months.
Trump.
A long time.
Yeah.
It seems like it was a lot longer than they took to get.
It was, and everybody
Biden
was saying, "Oh, it's because they don't really want to do it, and they're trying to come up with a reason not to."
Because they had to put a different wig on the Hillary.
Yeah, a wig on the Hillary animatronic.
That Trump one was very clearly a Hillary at one time. Hopefully this time they were smart and started early because you already had a Trump, and then if Biden won, you just have one to build, so they could build earlier. When you have an incumbent, it's probably easier.
And if you look closely, his sunglasses are on the side table next to him.
I like that. I like that little touch. Yeah. Well, and they did say what they do is they use the same robot frame, and they just redress it with the new skin and clothes of the incoming president.
Whichever one is the standing current president.
Yeah, because it's a more detailed robot that can move more. And then they build a new, cheaper one to put the old flesh.
It's going to be super cheap. It's just
he doesn't have to move as much. So
it's just going to be a beanbag chair that they stuck the head on
with a wig on.
I mean, it's kind
way in the back.
Yeah. And also in related news, I was trolling through. We don't normally talk a lot about rumors on this show, but I was
are you going to bring up a
skimming
rumor?
through some internet forums, and I saw a couple of weeks ago we were talking about Liberty Square, and we had this wonderful blue sky idea where the Hall of Presidents could get plussed by including our favorite
and Waldorf.
fuzzy friends, the Muppets.
Into
the show.
They are not our
They
favorite.
are.
It turns out, how do you feel about this idea, Aaron? It turns out
Probably
that that's a very, very more, it's a lot more likely than we ever imagined that there are pretty, allegedly, according to this rumor, there are pretty solid plans to include the Muppets into the show.
Yes.
They already do that show outside. Isn't that enough?
I don't care.
No,
they need
the show outside.
They need Sam Eagle inside.
Right.
Yes.
So the rumor I saw basically said, well, they want to redo the narration and the video, and so it'd be really cheap to shoot a new video with Muppets instead of regular actors, and then they would maybe include like one animatronic added into the show.
They had Sam Eagle introduce it, how it was talking about the great leaders of the world, but just the American ones would be hysterical.
A tribute to all presidents. But mostly the non-Trump ones.
Mostly just the American ones.
Yes.
So if
this would be a dream come true.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
And the narration is going to be by Tom Hanks.
Oh, just to guarantee that Aaron never goes.
That is not my favorite place to go anyway. I don't spend a whole lot of my Disney World time in the Hall of Presidents.
I only went recently because I had some Canadian family visiting and they wanted to see it. So I went in, and my family had never been in. I hadn't been in many years.
No.
It's
really well done in there.
Yeah, it's very well done.
Yeah.
It's air conditioned too.
I listened to the soundtrack when I listened to, I've never actually watched it.
It's good. It's worth doing
Someday
once. I don't want to go every time, but
I went to
it's
see the
interesting.
new edition of.
It has that cool
45.
wraparound screen like how PhilharMagic does. So with all the, it's kind of like a Ken Burns documentary with weird robots in it. So
Yeah.
You're selling it.
Well, the main reason I want to see it is just because it's, like kind of the next generation from the original Mr. Lincoln.
Great moments in history with Mr.
Yes.
Lincoln.
we recently hired a guy that fancies himself a regular Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, it's
Honest, loyal, true.
true. Honest Abe.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
That got weird.
Yeah.
I guess it did. Moving on.
Well, anyway, you guys have anything else exciting out of the Disney parks to talk about? I've got a few stories out of Universal and SeaWorld of all places.
SeaWorld.
Is that still open?
Yeah, it sure is. Let's actually start at Universal. They've been doing a lot of work around City Walk lately. They had a bunch of stuff shut down when they were building the new Universal store, and they just opened up actually in June, and I didn't hear anybody talking about this anywhere, but it sounds really cool.
Oh, I did.
I
Did
saw
you?
some pictures of it. Yeah, I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, there's a new counter service or quick service restaurant there. It's called Bend the Bow. It's like Asian fusion food, and it's
Bao buns.
Well, but they're not really buns, and this is why it's bent, because they're like bao buns, but they're made into little taco shells.
Like bao taco,
straight-
yeah.
Yeah. And they've got all these interesting, they've got a kimchi, a pork belly, a duck, beef brisket.
That does sound
veggie,
good. I'm kind of
shrimp.
hungry.
Duck.
That's the
crab
one that
cakes.
everybody talks about. The kimchi fried chicken one is supposed to be the
Ooh.
bomb.
Where is it?
Yeah.
It's kimchi basted fried chicken,
That sounds
and then
delicious.
kimchi butter, and then cucumber scallions, and of course sriracha, which
That sounds delicious.
Really does.
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's located on the second level of
Okay.
City Walk next to the theater.
it's up where
Oh,
the
It's where the sushi
B-
was.
the
We
BK
probably
lounges.
walked right past it when we
Oh,
were
the little
coming in
sushi bar,
from the
yeah.
parking.
We were just
Yeah,
trying not to pass out from the heat.
Yeah, it was hot. it was
No, it's
very
on the
hot.
second level. It's up top.
Yeah,
From
it
there-
replaced
from
the
there.
sushi place that was up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they all sound good.
Yeah, and I saw
pork
some
belly,
pictures. It looks good.
Cucumber.
And
and
duck,
some
I'll
peanuts.
eat a duck.
And those things are little too. I love when food is little because you can have 14 of them. And it's like, what is?
Uh-huh.
It's so
they were
tiny.
small.
Doesn't count.
Yeah. You don't feel bad about trying a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks awesome. I can't wait to try that.
Yes, I would like to try that very much. It sounds delicious.
Let's go now.
Okay. I'll get
Okay.
on the plane. Awesome. That was an easy decision to make.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I have a couple of quick updates on some of the houses that have been announced for our favorite Halloween Horror Nights. Aaron, are you a Horror Nights fan?
I think I'd pick that over the Muppets in the Hall of Presidents.
What about a Muppet's house? Would that be so scary?
That would be terrifying. Actually, yeah.
Oh, you just ruined Fozzie for some people.
I like him better now, though.
They announced they're going to have a Haunting of Hill House.
Oof. That show is scary.
Yes.
I'm not very easily jump scared, you guys,
What?
but that's a lie.
My favorite of the announcements is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Because
Yeah.
just some dude wandering in a pretty brightly lit area with a chainsaw scared her so bad.
It was not
from-
brightly lit. It was dark.
From the art and the trailer for that one, it looks like they're leaning on the original version of that movie, not the Rob Zombie.
Oh, good. That's what was there last time.
Yeah. And then they've also announced they've got a new Universal Monsters house for this year. It's going to be The Bride of Frankenstein.
I'm here for it.
Oh,
The Bride
that
was
was the
super
thing
cool
that's-
in the that was what
yes, she
scared
scared me.
her.
She scared me the last
They
one.
had the whole Universal Classic Monsters house 2 years ago. And The Bride was one of the coolest updates on all of the classic monsters that they had. So I'm excited for that.
And she just screamed in your face.
Yeah,
and
you rounded a corner and she just
I pretty much made the same sound.
How fun would it be to play that, to do that? Just every
It
night you
would
just
be
scream
so
in people's faces. It's like
Yeah.
therapy.
Have you done
Exactly. You really can work some
I'd
things
feel so
out.
much better at the end of the night.
Have you done Halloween Horror Nights, Aaron?
I have not.
You really should go.
I
It's
really
so
should.
fun.
I might pee my pants, but I could give it a go.
Yeah, that's okay. Bring an adult diaper.
There's some Depends.
I'll just keep one in my bag just in case.
Yeah.
I always do.
Yeah, it's important.
Thanks, oops, crap my pants.
I just did.
Well, then, SeaWorld, we had kind of had a little bit of a laugh at the expense of SeaWorld's announced Halloween haunted attraction that they're doing for the very first time this year. And they've released some details of what they're doing, and it sounds a little bit better than it did before. They've announced the scare zone is going to be the Witchcraft Bayou. There's a dark voodoo cult.
They stole that from Universal.
Yeah, in a bayou, and
I'd go over to that.
The cultists are trying to cast spells on you. Then there's also the haunted house that they announced is dead vines. Something is stirring among the trees. Is this jungle alive or undead?
Undead jungle is their haunted house. Okay.
Yeah. There's an ominous force at work here, a merciless mistress of ivy and evil. She's poisoned these woods with an all-consuming appetite for visitors like you.
Is she going to give you a raging case of poison ivy?
The horror of blackfish.
That might be a little too real. And then they did announce that they're going to have, it sounded like multiple themed bars.
You have to be at bars.
Yeah. So the one that they announced is the Poison Grotto, and the description says, "What's your poison? Unwind with a refreshing concoction and explore the enticing atmosphere of this unearthly lounge. Is a fleeting escape from the deadly vines and savage servants nearby. Just be sure to keep your eyes open and pay proper respect to the one who invited you in. You're her guest here, and she's
they will poison your drink.
Always watching."
Ooh, scary.
Yeah. So.
Is it Brett Michaels chasing you with a chainsaw? If he catches you, he makes you look under his bandana.
That is a nightmare.
I don't want to.
I mean, I think it's got to do with
every
dead
rose is about to have its thorn.
That's pretty good. It's scary.
I silently still in the dead of night. Yeah. So that's what's going on at SeaWorld, and hopefully maybe they'll announce some more things. They had another bar that they showed.
Yeah, they kind of did their own take on food and wine. It seems like they're borrowing inspiration from their neighbors to get some folks into their parks. They've got great coasters, so
many cool
why
coasters.
Not?
Yeah, I mean,
I actually very much like that park. I give them crap all the time, but I love it.
I mean, I'm a fan of themed entertainment, so it's better to have more than less.
I like rides, and I super love fish. And who doesn't love a dang old penguin?
I do love a dang old penguin.
Tuxedo-wearing flightless birds.
And sea lions. Man. Those guys are great, too.
I like to eat
whales
fish.
In captivity.
That's apropos of nothing, but we did visit the newly reimagined and reopened Citrico's this week.
Oh, that's right. We did.
Ate lots of fish dishes that were all
Speaking of fish, we ate a lot
delicious.
of it.
Speaking of fish, I ate a lot of fish this weekend.
What was that one fish you tried that you didn't recognize the name of?
The cobia?
Yeah.
Yeah, Citrico's. It was it was so good. It was swimming in butter.
I wonder if that's a fish that they
That's how it died.
that it's something terrible.
Maybe. Yeah, it was butter
named it
poached
after Kobe
cobia.
died.
Oh dear. That's too soon.
Please send your messages to.
Oh, this is a tribute fish.
The restaurant is gorgeous. It's so pretty.
Yes.
It used to be stuck in 1995. It was very dark and dated in there, and it's beautiful now. It's light and airy and a touch of Mary Poppins.
Well, they put stickers on the windows?
No stickers.
No stickers. No.
It's just the contemporary that got the stickers. Though. There are penguins, yes.
There are little
like
penguins.
in the lobby over there at the...
Yeah, they're like little wooden statue penguins.
They're cute.
In one of the windows. They are really cute, along with Mary Poppins carpet bag and
the
umbrella.
DVC wing of the Floridian is Mary Poppins themed lightly.
Yeah,
And they updated the menu and everything. We tried a little bit of everything. It was all very good. New drinks, new appetizers, new everything. It was all really good.
That was already one of my favorites. It needed an update on its look, but the menu and service there has always been impeccable.
The service was awesome.
As in to say, it is not peckable.
Correct.
I defy you to peck it. Can't be done.
It can't
be done.
But yeah, very, very impressive redo. I highly recommend. 5 stars.
I've never been there. I tend to avoid restaurants that I have to wear nice clothes in.
You don't. You really don't.
That's just Victoria and Albert's.
They recommend.
I went in there in a pair of jeans shorts that I apparently held my boys in, and a serape.
Serape.
What headwear did you choose for the
cowboy hat? I'm not an idiot.
Of course. No, it's like California Grill. They have a suggested resort casual, but they do not enforce it. You can go right in there from the parks, and it's fine. We saw plenty of jorts. Yeah.
Well, I also tend to avoid grandma hotels, so that's the other reason why I haven't been there.
Well, that's fair, but now that hotel has the Enchanted Rose, which is one of my favorite bars, and Citrico's is now one of my favorite restaurants. So they really need to redo the rooms there, but maybe put some stickers on the
windows. Mary Poppins. Some umbrellas.
There you go. That just reminded me, I just learned something interesting about that hotel that's completely unrelated to anything at all. And it's just nerdy history
Let's
stuff.
hear it.
But so there's a giant band organ is it one of the restaurants? Yeah, I know. I said a giant organ. That's really funny. Let's get that out of our system.
It's in it's in 1900 Park
Fair.
Fair.
It's a band organ. It's like the kind of thing. Yeah, it's a mechanical band like what you might see in the center of an old carousel or
like
whatever.
a calliope.
Is
that what that's called?
That's a kind of organ
thing. Just recently.
Yeah. Where it's got like the drums that play themselves and all that kind of stuff. That band organ is world famous because it's big and there's been lots of actual recordings made of it. But Heather, it came from Grand Rapids, Michigan. There was that amusement park that used to be out in East Grand Rapids that is famous, that like Gerald R. Ford worked there or was a fan and visited there. It came from that park.
Oh, I never knew that. I just had breakfast
you learned
there.
Something interesting, Dan.
Ouch.
I said it was interesting to me.
I just had breakfast there a few weeks ago. Well, sort of. 1900 Park Fair isn't open right now, but they are using it as overflow seating. I believe we even remarked on it.
On that giant band organ.
And it was from my hometown. I had no idea that organ came
hometown organ
from my hometown. That's so exciting.
Well, if you like organ.
I love that even more now. I'm going to have to go to that restaurant again.
Yeah, go back again and again to see that giant organ.
Yes, I will.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us again this week. If you're excited to check out the brand new rooms at the Polynesian or maybe that magnum-sized food and wine festival, Key to the World Travel has a gigantic band organ full of expert travel planners ready to make your vacation dreams a reality. Head to www.keytotheworldtravel.com to get started with the no-obligation quote. Don't forget to catch up with our friend, the Theme Park Professor, for all the latest theme park news and tips at www.themeparkprofessor.com. Word of mouth is the best way to help us grow our show. If you have a friend or two who you think would appreciate our special brand of globe-trotting jackassery, tell them what makes our show so great and send them our way. You can find links to subscribe to the show on your favorite apps and all the latest news at www.goldkeyadventures.com. We can't wait to hang out with you again next week. We'll see you real soon.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
To ask a question or share your travel story, you can reach us by smoke signal, carrier pigeon, or send an email to goldkeyadventurers@gmail.com. And make sure you follow the Gold Key Adventures Society on Facebook and Instagram. A huge thanks to our sponsor, Key to the World Travel. For all your travel planning needs, visit www.keytotheworldtravel.com for a free quote and help planning the trip of a lifetime. Tell them the Gold Key Adventurers sent you. That's www.keytotheworldtravel.com. Key to the World Travel, your key to a magical vacation. Thanks to Outer Vibe for the use of their song Hoka Hey for the intro and outro of our show. Find them on Facebook at The Outer Vibe or check out www.outervibe.com for tour dates, music, merch, and more. We'll see you next week for another meeting of the Gold Key Adventurers Society. And until then, remember, life is short and the world is wide. So go have an adventure.
He keeps showing us little snippets of the music like that's going to do me any good.
Gosh, Mom.
I can't read music.
I bet it's the Music Man.
I hope so. That's due for a
That's
big
true.
resurgence.
But you gotta know the territory.
What do you talk? What he doesn't know that? You
76 trombones.
in
Oh,
the big
jeez.
parade.
We both went there.
where to? Iowa.
Yes.
Should we do the whole show?
We're such nerds.
Save that for the live stream. You got to pay
for the
extra.
Muppet version.
Yes.
The
Yes.
Music Muppet. But you gotta know the territory.
That is pretty good.
Recast the Music Man, but keep
That's all
one
Muppets.
one human and everyone else is a Muppet. Who do you keep as a human? There's an obvious
guy.
answer. There's an obvious answer.
I
The
forget
Music Man?
everyone's name.
Buddy Hackett.
Buddy
You
Hackett.
keep Buddy Hackett,
Yes.
Dead.
who's essentially a Muppet already,
Yes.
and then everybody else becomes a Muppet. It's the greatest movie ever made.
Yeah. I think that's
God,
clear.
I'm so full of good ideas.
You're so
Damn.
talented.
Why am I not fabulously wealthy?
Because you're not
That's
a
a
dick.
mystery.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us again this week. If you're excited to take a cruise on the, God damn it,
Is that the third Disney Cruise Line ship? The
that
Disney
was I
God
forgot
damn
to read.
On the Disney guy.
That's
God
my
damn it.
that's
People would still go
that's
on
my
it.
outro from 3 weeks ago when we
Whoops.
talked about Adventureland.
Oopsie.